Travels with Phil continues from Tahlequah, Oklahoma in the John Ross Museum. Lots of banners about John Ross, education, the Cherokee syllabary, a little bit about Sequoia. This is material from the period. The home, the area, Parkhill is just off from Tahlequah. Civil War stuff. And this is what he looked like not too long before he died. That's Stan Wadey. He was the last Confederate general to surrender at the World War II. John Ross and Stan Wadey did not get along very well. Now, this is not his furniture, but this is sort of representative of the kind of stuff he might have had. And this is a replica of the petition that the Cherokees signed, or about 16,000 Cherokees signed, after the Treaty of New Echota, which was pretty much a bogus election by about 1,000 Cherokees to sign a treaty that would give up their lands and move to Oklahoma. Well, most Cherokees didn't even know about the election and were kept away from it. And the vast majority of them, after it had been happened, said, "What are you talking about?" And signed a petition saying, "We didn't agree to this. We weren't a part of it. We didn't know about it. We don't want it." But the Senate ratified the treaty anyway, and that's what led to the Trail of Tears. All right, and then outside of this building is his grave. John Ross was chief of the Cherokees during the Trail of Tears. Pause for a moment. All right, traveling on just briefly here. This is the Ross Cemetery, what is now called the Ross Cemetery, and this is up in Parkhill, which was considered the nicer part of the area. One of the signs back there called it the Athens of Tahlequah, the Athens of the Cherokees. So I'm going to pause this and go over to his actual grave. Continuing on here in the Ross Cemetery, just for those of you who want to come up here, as you come in from the Ross Museum, the main entrance is down in that direction. You'll see the large fenced-off area. Well, John is actually outside, Chief Ross. And there's a obelisk there, and it right up here it says, Chief John Ross, born October 3, 1790, died, looks like August 1st, 1866. Underneath it says, John Ross served the Cherokee people as principal chief for 38 years from 1828 to 1866. He led us through times of great achievement and great sorrow. And then this is another marker put here by the Cherokee Nation at the base of his grave. Lots of Rosses out here. Lots of Meigs. Lots of other families out here. So it's more than just the Ross Cemetery, but they were one of the ones that helped started it. It was, for the gentleman inside, it was one of his sons or grandsons that started doing things. And then John Ross was originally buried in Washington, D.C., where he died, and he was eventually brought back here by the nation. So, a little closer so you can see. This is the cemetery. Chief John Ross. Now there's a little emblem here, which I'll get up real close to. And it says, get my glasses to make sure I'm reading it right. In honor of the one who endured the forced removal of the Cherokees in 1838 through 39, the Trail of Tears Association, Oklahoma chapter. And I've seen these on a couple of other graves before. In fact, we saw them over there in Stillwell. We're at the end of the Trail of Tears there in Stillwell. So, from John Ross Museum and John Ross, Principal Chief of the Cherokees during the Trail of Tears, Travels with Phil continues.